Yo, welcome. Welcome back to, I guess I've just been calling these juicy talks. Basically, me and Drew are going to talk about some shit that I've been seeing either on the interwebs or I heard some shit and give you my opinion about a thing or two about whatever we're talking about. I've spoken about basketball. I've talking about wrestling. And today, we're talking even more wrestling. No, I'm not going to... Well... Let me change that. I wasn't going to talk about the Bray Wyatt thing until I saw an update about the actual situation. Then I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just bring this up real quick. Also, I hope you've been enjoying having Macho Man Randy Savage just chilling because this is forever a mood. And if you hear my fan in the background, it's because it's fucking hot. Okay, so if you heard the news... Bray Wyatt was let go from WWE in one of the more shocking releases of the company, and that might get replaced by Adam Cole, but, you know, maybe we're talking about that later. I don't know. You should watch to find out. So there was an update, actually, from Sean Ross Sapp of the Fightful.com. By the way, if you ever want to watch their shit, you got to pay for the Patreon. I don't. I just get it from secondhand from other people, so keep that in mind as a disclaimer that this could easily be altered or whatever if it was just like a random ass article. But obviously we have the fucking tweet here, which could still get altered, right? But whatever. Point is, we're not here to talk about what ifs, bro. We take news at third value, right? Or third hand, right? Yeah, because if you're getting it directly from one source that's getting reported from another fucking source that then gets reported onto Reddit, which is a third source, then it comes from me to you. Actually, that's fourth-handed. So enjoy your fourth-handed news. You're welcome. That's what I do. All right, so Fightful has reached out to sources connected to Bray Wyatt and confirmed that his absence following WrestleMania had nothing to do with what were called falsely reported mental health issues. Also, Bray Wyatt is actually 100% healthy and is able to wrestle, which... Who started that rumor? Like, who was out here lying through their teeth going, yeah, man, Bray Wyatt, he's just going through mental stuff, bro, because of Brody Lee? Because that's fucked up, right? Because it's like, hold up, bro, hold up. What did you just say? You saying he's dealing through some shit because he's not taking the Brody Lee. I combined Brody with Wyatt and made Brody Wee. Sorry. The Brody Lee passing, which rest in peace to a legend. Which, yeah, he probably sure is, like, still awfully feeling about it, because, I mean, a lot of people sorry, but it's Brody Lee, especially if they were close to him. Like, I'm sure Eric Rowan still thinks about him, because that was his broski, bro. That was his road buddy, you feel me? Someone who he was in a faction with. Yeah, so I think it's kind of weird to see that that's the situation, because I don't know... that it's really fucking rude that motherfuckers are still going on and on about, yeah, bro, he's dealing with Brody's death. That's why he hasn't been able to wrestle and he's struggling to, can't work, all these fucking rumors. And I think this shit got leaked from, again, I'm not saying this 100%. This is just what I think. This is my opinion. I'm not saying this is 100% factual. I think this is coming from WWE's side and trying to lessen the damage on their already damaged renown or notoriety or reputation, I guess. If you don't know Google. Hold up, that sounded so weird. I'm sorry. Basically, WWE's been firing a lot of fucking people, and they look like dog shit because of it. And so, to kind of soften their self-damaged blow of their reputation about, like, oh yeah, bro, this is the place you want to be working, bro. We're the majors, man. We don't play that flippy indie shit. Okay. So what you gonna do about it? We're gonna gut, like, I don't know, 3 dozen plus people this year alone, after a pandemic. By the way, during some of their highest profits, which is I used to think, okay, I could kind of see the theory of, oh yeah, this for sure WWE's gonna sell it, and I thought, I think they're just being shitty, you know, trying to keep a profit going. I don't know why they would sell. That just seems kind of weird. I feel like they would like to keep everything in-house, and that's kind of been the vibe with Vince, and I guess also the rest of the McMahons. Plus, if I'm Triple H, like, yeah, I would also want to make sure it stays in us so I can fucking run this goddamn thing. But that's me. But seeing this and seeing them cut Bobby Fish and hold up, let's actually put up the full fucking list. Hold on. To see all of these people get released in record profits, for it to not make sense that they're trying to sell the company, which whatever, get your bag. I'm always gonna say, look, if you're trying to get a bag, get your motherfucking bag. This is just kind of wild, because a year or so ago, probably even longer than that, WWE was trying to suck up as much talent as they can to keep it all within their umbrella, which is, you know, NXT, NXT UK, WWE Raw, WWE SmackDown, fucking 205 Live, other house shows, and other reaches that they have, whether it's NXT Japan or India, China, etc., etc., etc. So it's just weird to see this many people being let go during the record profit, or not record profits, but a lot of high profit quarters. For them to not sell would just be like, also, y'all just assholes, I guess. Although you could also make the same argument to play devil's advocate. Well, if we always hear how there's a lot of talent being left to catering, fuck it, let's just start gunning some motherfuckers that aren't being used. Okay, that makes sense for some of these fucking names, but when you got people like, again, Buddy Murphy, who was in some of the main event storylines like about a year or so ago, Braun Strowman, right? He's held some of their top belts. Hell, again, Bray Wyatt, who's the whole fucking point of this fucking thing, right? Like, that's just a hard argument to believe, because this isn't just talent that is kind of not being used. This is like big name talent, and also, of course, talent that's, you know, mid-card, jobber level, etc., either not being utilized or they just have nothing for them. So, okay, yeah, if you're not going to do anything with these people, yeah, just fucking gotta move on, whatever. It is just kind of shocking, because it's like, bro, what the fuck? Then you hear shit like this. From Arya Daivari, I was told Vince was like, no more NXT guys in the main roster during the pandemic. He said no more NXT guys in the locker room. I was told NXT was having too many cases of COVID, and Vince didn't want NXT guys in the SmackDown locker room because they might bring COVID. Which, yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Weird that this is coming out during this. NXT's been apparently weird lately. A lot of people tend to complain about what they've been seeing on NXT. I don't watch. I'm doing backlog of watching NXT, so right now I'm like, who's fucking champion? Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe's gonna be happening. That's where I'm at. That's how back I am in NXT, because I'm trying to watch from a backlog. I rotate New Japan and AEW, which I'm also behind on, and I've also added Impact to my impact to my viewing. Shout out Chris Bay. Shout out to Bullet Club. Mwah, too sweet. Yeah, so I'm not really watching a lot of the current stuff. The only time I ever check out something that's more of like later years of NXT, it's when somebody tells me, hey bro, there's a good fucking match from this specific episode from this specific date of NXT. All right, I'll check that out. Why not? Or from a takeover, and I'll say, yeah, why not? Fuck it. Gargano versus Aleister Black. Fucking beautiful. It's the only match I've ever seen from Aleister Black, actually. I think I've also seen Andrade versus Gargano, which was also good, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so, and that's just like one fucking matches with these guys, and I'm like, yeah, these guys are fucking great. And then like they get let go from WWE, and it's like, all right, so when they do move on from NXT, they don't matter in main roster. Cool. That's great to know that my investment into another brand that they have doesn't matter. And yeah, you can make the argument, well, NXT is supposed to be developmental and teaching the WWE style. Cool, but then look what happened. Guys don't even want to leave NXT because of just how well NXT has done and how much of a cult-like following people are with that brand. And then when they see that you do nothing or even continue their storylines or anything that they've been involved in, like Ricochet and was it Aleister Black? I think we're in a tag team. Like, what? Why the fuck are they in that? Okay. So seeing all this shit right here, look, all of this shit makes me really worry or even unmotivated to even watch NXT because it shows me whatever they do at NXT is the only thing that matters. If they move on, tough. I'm just going to think about it. I was like, oh, they've been released. Oh, that sucks. GG. So let's just go through what Trevor Dame kind of posted on the thread. They got a lot of traction, especially on r/Squared Circle. Holy crap. Tonight's Wrestling Illustrated Radio opened with the bleakest possible NXT news. Nothing that will shock anyone based on this week, but Dave clearly has first-hand details. He did it yesterday, and oh boy. Dave says Triple H and HBK did not pick the NXT cuts. Vince, Bruce Pritchard, Laurinaitis did. NXT lost the war. They're going to change back toward an older style of development. Big guys, young guys, which... So, like 10 years ago? Cool. Hell, probably a little more than that. Cool. Dave says that there are divisive opinions about wrestling among the people in WWE, and this is who has Vince's ears, which is... Okay. They're going back to the pre-fighting AEW. Let's talk indies to indies NXT. Dave says that Curtis Axel era. What? Okay. Dave, what? I didn't know that. Dave was given exact wording. Doesn't say from who, but so take it with a pinch of salt. But seems like a company source or memo. Reads it off. No more small people. I'm not going to repeat that. No one's starting in their 30s. What? Okay. What? So y'all just don't care about Ricochet? That sucks. Y'all don't care about, well, Finn's like in his 40s now. They want people who can, what? Okay. They want people who can be box office attractions and main characters. If you don't let them have the opportunity to showcase their skill and give them much of anything when it comes to value as far as an actual fucking push that stays consistent in more than 3 fucking weeks, no one's gonna become main event. It's just like, no shit. You just want guys to come in and be ready to be main event talent? Dog, that does not happen. You yourself, you being WWE, specifically Vince, have programmed your fans, whatever. What is the famous Jericho thing that gets repeated in WWE? Anything you did outside of WWE does not fucking matter. You've programmed your fans to think like that. So why the fuck would a fresh face come in and it's like, yeah, bro, that's a main event guy. What? Who the fuck is this guy? You told us fuck the indies. You told us all these guys don't fucking matter. What are you talking about? And then you want guys to be main event talent but are young? So they're not even established? That makes no goddamn sense. Okay. To be clear, that quoted part in the previous tweet is the thing from a source Dave read off. The literal wording was no more small people. And woo, we're turning the clock back 20 years, baby. Dave knows there will always be exceptions to the rule. Of course, AJ Styles, etc. Like how WWE still wants to keep Adam Cole, who is in fact not tall and or young. Relatively young. In wrestling, he's young, sure. Does this keep going? As for Adam Cole, Dave assumes part of the meeting they had with him Friday, which just happened. Asked SmackDown was to offer him a main roster spot if he stays. May and Brian writers have been told to come up with storylines ideas for him. Dave said the kind of line has been, when they get to NXT, we have to teach them to not do the indie style shit. When they come to main roster, we gotta teach them to not work NXT. What the fuck is the point of NXT then in your mind, Dave? What the fuck is the point of NXT then? If that's the mindset of what NXT is for head WWE management, right? And the people that book the fucking show week in, week out. What the fuck? Then there's even more of a reason to not give a fuck about NXT, dog. What? Dave also thinks we haven't seen the last of the cuts. When Brian finishes off talk of this week's release, what? I guess Dave's co-host, cool. Brian Alvarez. He says he hopes that that's it when it comes to cuts. Dave says, I doubt it is. Everyone's kind of talking like it's not going to be. Which is, wow. And then you see Gargano, this made the run as well through the news. Johnny Gargano publicly liking the Young Bucks, very tall, not in our 30s bio, which is Amazing. Yeah, yeah, that's some shit, dude. I need to know what your thoughts are for people that are watching this. I don't care if you know who I am, if you know my kind of mindset when it comes to pro wrestling, what it can be and what it means to me. In my opinion about current brand stuff, New Japan is number one. Except this, New Japan's got its own issues. All right, Evil should still be the fucking champion. God damn it, I said it anyway. Fucking cowards that don't want to commit with Evil, motherfucking, fucking, and all this other fucking bullshit. But whatever, I love Shingo as the champion, so that's not a problem. Whatever. Fuck, man. All right, whatever. Let me know your thoughts. Are you kind of like, no, I kind of am excited about seeing a return to bigger guys and younger talent be in the top echelon. What WWE's kind of been, again, quoted to be thinking when it comes to NXT and that style and who they want to be their main event guys. Let me know. Like, you cool with that? That's what you fuck with? If you're someone who actively watches the WWE product, let me know. Like, yeah, this is actually kind of cool. I fuck with that. Or, some of this is kind of concerning, whatever. If you're someone that, I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know. If you're just someone that doesn't watch that shit, but you keep up with WWE through, like, you know, do you hear it through the grapevine? Like, I hear what's going on. I don't really watch, but I hear the shit, you know. If there's a match that someone recommends, that's when I actually go ahead and watch a match. Otherwise, I just don't really care. You know, I also want to know your thoughts, too, even though I'm kind of more in line with that kind of thinking of, like, I don't really watch unless there's something there worth watching. Like, the last thing I saw was still, well, I was gonna say Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan, but now it was the Tony Storm versus Zelina Vega, which you came back for this. Whatever was that match? It was Tony Storm's debut. It was cool. You know, if you want my thoughts, yeah, it did exactly what it was supposed to do: showcase to everyone that's not familiar with Tony Storm or anything that she's done in NXT or NXT UK. Yeah, this is her moves, this is her entrance, this is how she looks. Enjoy. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. I'm not gonna say, yeah, it was a very technical fucking match, or it wasn't good because it wasn't a very technical match. Which, yeah, no shit, it's like a 10-minute match. Again, it was just kind of a showcase. Yeah, here's some new talent, which that's fine. You need that when it comes to live TV. I get it, so that's not really a problem. I don't have an issue with that. Only reason I watch is because I know who Tony Storm is, because I've seen her work. Some of it in Joshi, NXT UK, and also NXT, with both theme entrances, which I like both. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here. I've been your host of the most, CezrDaPleazr, otherwise known as CDP. Stay juicy. I'll see you next time. Ciao.